Ari matey kiddos. Thanks for coming to Grandpa Ken's Reading Group. Listen, I've got a special request for two people. Sarah, she's in Washington, and then Pete behind me here specifically wanted me to read one for you guys that he thought you'd really like, because it's kind of like a sleepover with all of his friends, and him and Barkley decided that they're going to have a sleepover tonight, so I thought I'd read this book just because it'd be a good idea. And besides, Barkley and him were making all the noise, and I thought it'd be nice for Sarah. So you all get ready, get comfy. Here we go. We're going to read Pete the Cat and the Treasure Map. Now, you know why I'm wearing this hat, huh? Arr. Pete and Callie are having a sleepover. Hey, Dad, Pete says, how about a groovy bedtime story? Pete's dad thinks about it and says, you bet. It all began on a ship, a pirate ship. Captain Pete and First Mate Callie were on the trail of the treasure of the secret island. Wow, see that? See the ship? Their dad's painting the picture for them in their mind's eye so they can see the ship. Captain Pete started the ship through the big waves, the wind pushing at the sails. Let's go, mateys, said Captain Pete. We'll be there in no time. Suddenly, First Mate Callie spotted something in the water. It was a big green head. A big green head. What's that? She asked. Just then, the boat began to rock. A giant arm reached up and splashed at the water, making waves that crashed down onto the Captain Pete's boat. "Arr!" yelled the crew. "It's a monster! Run for your lives!" But Pete, he didn't worry. Not at all. He knew just what to do. See, look at Callie. She sees a big green head out there. That would be scary, kiddos. A big green head. Captain Pete raced below decks. When he came back, he was holding his guitar. Of course, Pete loves his guitar. "That monster isn't trying to hurt us," he said. "He's rocking a cool beat." Captain Pete began to rock out on his guitar. The monster nodded its head along with the music, started moving, then it began to splash its arms to the same music. "See," said Captain Pete, "it's not a scary sea monster at all. He's an awesome sea drummer." See? Look at Pete. He loves to play his guitar. That's what Pete does. "Oh, no!" First Mate Callie shouted as it started to rain. "Look! Lightning! There must be a storm coming." "Batten down the hatches," Captain Pete shouted. "Everyone get ready. This looks like we're going to be a big one." The boat began to rock back and forth, back and forth. The wind picked up, and the waves grew taller and taller. Soon Captain Pete's boat was on top of the waves. "Whoa," said Captain Pete as the waves almost knocked over the boat. This is not a very groovy storm." Hey, look at the boat rocking back and forth, huh? I think that's what makes people seasick. Just then, Captain Pete had an idea. "Hey there, friend," he yelled to the sea monster. "We need some help." The monster grabbed the ship and held it up high above the water. The wind continued to lash at the boat. But the crew was safe, and the waves couldn't topple over them as long as they were in the monster's grip. Slowly, the wind died down, and the water went back to normal. "Let's hear it for our new pal." "Thanks, friend," said Captain Pete. "We never would have made it through that storm without you." The monster grinned. He was happy to have helped new buddies. See? Look at him. He had new friends. See, Pete always knows that if you're nice to people and you treat them well, you can make new friends. Suddenly, First Mate Callie spotted something in the distance. It was Secret Island. "Land ho!" she shouted. The pirates rushed to look over the side of the boat. All that wind had moved them exactly where they wanted to be. Look at, oh yeah, land ho! It's the Secret Island. Callie did a good job. On the beach, Captain Pete found his friend Grumpy Toad. He was surrounded by a glittering pile of treasure. "Ahoy, mateys!" called Grumpy. "I see you found my treasure map. I wanted to keep all this treasure for myself, but it's no fun. If there's no one to share it with, it's no fun at all. Come join me. There's plenty to go around." The crew jumped off the boat and ran to the land. "Thanks, Grumpy Toad," they shouted. But Captain Pete wasn't happy. He was glad to have found the treasure, but something was missing. This was a celebration. Oh, here it comes, guys. Ready, kiddos? It needed music. Yeah, you know it. The pirates loaded all the treasure onto their ship. Then guess what? Pete got his guitar again. "Hey," Captain Pete shouted, "where's our drummer?" The sea monster popped his head out of the water and began splashing a beat. Psh, 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 psh. "Rock on," said Captain Pete, marching the monster's pace. "What a cool song!" The crew agreed. Soon they were all dancing to the music. Huh? Say, look at them, all dancing to the octopus's music. Captain Pete and his crew set sail for home. Dad finished. Their adventure was over, and so is your bedtime story. Time for bed. Pete smiled to himself as he drifted off to sleep. A pirate's life for me is what that adventure that would be. See? And there he goes, drifting off into sleep. Well, kiddos, there's one that you can even watch while you're drifting off. It's kind of a bedtime story, but it's got a lot of action too, so your grown-ups will know when to let you read that one the most. Thanks, kids. It's lonely here without you, so please come back. Grandpa Ken loves to have you around. Have a great day and a good evening.